Hello everybody, Tim Buckley with you, Chief Meteorologist here at News 2. We're talking about all things weather. And this week it's about the heat, it's about the dry weather, it's about the fire risk, it's about the drought, the lack of rain. All of these things are tied together. And they're part of our weather pattern that we just can't really seem to shake over the next several days. It's been like this for a while. It'll stay like this for a while too. Glad you're here with us. We have a lot to get to. We'll start with the warmth across the area right now, and I think for today I'm going to call it the warmth rather than the heat. I honestly thought it would be a little bit warmer, a little bit hotter than it ended up being. Right now we're sitting in the low 80s and mid 80s around the Triad area, so the heat is not off the charts, let's say, for today. In fact, a lot of us topped out at about 84, 85 degrees from place to place on this Tuesday afternoon. I was expecting it to be closer to about 88 to even 89 or so. So again, a warm day to be sure. It's actually our 15th 80-degree day of the year. That is number one on the all-time list. Our weather records go all the way back to 1903, and in this case, we're at the top of the chart. It's our 15th 80-degree day of the season. The warmest we've been so far is 86. We've done that twice. Today, of course, got up to 84, so not quite far enough. But either way, it's a warm day. It's a dry day of weather. We're starting to see at least a couple of clouds moving into our area, which is a little interesting here this evening. But overall, not really finding anything in the way of rainfall. So the warmth, the heat, the humidity, all of that is going to continue as high pressure remains in control. Why are these clouds in here? Well, it's just a little bit of a passing system, this little impulse of moisture above our heads. Not going to bring any rain. There's nothing with it. It's just dry, so we don't see anything impressive moving our way. Now, with all the warmth and all the heat that we're going to be seeing, is it comfortable? Well, I guess you could make the argument. Our dew points, which is how much moisture and how much water is in the air, they're very low. When dew points are in the 40s, you're not really feeling the stress of humidity, and that air temperature, it's not going to feel any worse than it already is. So with a bit of a breeze and relatively low humidity here, it's not feeling as bad as it could. However, it's bad news because we do have the fire danger that goes along with it. With the low humidity, the fire risk is worse than it would be otherwise. We have right now an outlook from the Weather Service, which is called an elevated fire danger. And that's going to continue basically all week long, day after day after day. There's a fire risk that'll kind of keep us going through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. So every one of these days is just an emphasis that that burn ban, it's in effect for a reason. And it's really something that you should respect around our area because it's going to get worse before it gets better. Looking ahead to tomorrow, the high temperatures should be right around 90 degrees. So this would be the hottest day of the year for us. Again, the warmest we've been so far is 86. The record high is 90. And so we have a chance to get to it for tomorrow, which would be a tie, or we could exceed it. That's a possibility. And this is not something that's all that normal or all that typical for this time of year. The last time we hit 90 in April was back in 2006, so it's been a while. The last time we did it twice was back in 1990, so this is not something that's very common, but I do think that as we go throughout the week here, we're going to have that opportunity to hit 90 or at least get close to it a couple of times. Between now and Saturday, every one of those days has that opportunity. There's going to be a lot of heat, a lot of warm weather, a lot of hot weather coming our way, and all of this has to do with the big high pressure area that's just to our south and just to our east. That kind of pumps in the warmth and pumps in the heat, and that's kind of the weather pattern that we're in right now. The reason that this works so well, high pressure acts as a big shield and a big blocking mechanism. So as it sits here and it's anchored here, there's really nothing that can stop, or that really nothing that can get through. Think about it if you're, football fan. Think about the huge linemen. They just need to sit there and no one can really get through them. They have to go around them. That's kind of the way that this works in weather too. So if we're looking at this, where are the storms all traveling? Up and around. Up and around. So in the middle of the country, across the Great Lakes, into the Northeast, that's the weather pattern. And so for today, where are the showers and storms? Well, in these areas. A lot of them are strong too, even severe as well. Same idea for tomorrow and beyond that. So day after day, we're going to keep on finding that this is the way that it is. Coming up, we're going to show you some of the strong and severe weather that's happening as a result of some of those showers and storms in the Midwest, especially near Wisconsin and Illinois too. Rain potential is pitiful over the next several days. The only chance for any rain that we would be seeing in our area might be coming up on your Sunday. A small chance of a couple rain showers by Sunday afternoon. That's about the best that we can do. A couple of oddities in our area. We might talk about this on the big broadcast. We had some cool clouds that were spotted in Thomasville earlier today. And early this morning, you might have seen this. This is at 5:40, right before the sun was coming up, about an hour before the sun was coming up. This picture coming in from Alex Hutchins in the Elkin area. This is what is known as the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. Now, this was supposed to be launched a little earlier, but it actually was delayed a little bit, and that made it be picture perfect time frame for it to get illuminated by the rising sun. So that's kind of where we're headed. Just to recap the forecast for you tomorrow, it's going to be another sunny and hot day of weather, right around 90 degrees with more sunshine. Here's your 7-day forecast all at once. We're taking a look at more heat, more warmth just all the way between now and Saturday. The record highs are listed below at the bottom there. You can see Wednesday a record high of 90, Thursday has a record high of 88, Friday 90, Saturday 90 as well. So again, kind of sound like a broken record here in a few ways. We might be breaking records, we might be saying the same thing over and over again. We've got the heat, and it's with us. The drought, it's here too. The burn ban and the fire risk, they're all here, and they're sticking around. There will be changes going into the later half of the weekend and into next week. There's your cooler weather, but overall, it's still pretty comfortable and still pretty warm, and not a lot of rain on the way. Stick around. Coming up on the big broadcast, we're going to be talking about the fires going on across the country, severe weather too, and what's going on up in the sky. That's all coming up right after this.